Oh, hello people. How you going? I hope you're having a good one. Uh, I'd just like to share my ideas with as many people as possible. This may seem a bit foreign to some, or controversial maybe, as in the day and age we're in of skepticism and a lot of skepticism and doubt. Uh, Now, there are three words or ideas that directly correlate with this theory of mine. Now, they're doing tests in Antarctica. If you don't know about it, look it up at the South Pole. And apart from causing earthquakes with weapons of mass destruction and all that, whatever the government or the military industrial complex are doing. They're doing tests and experiments. We obviously, everybody's heard of it, Area 51 and aliens and stuff. Now, one idea that they're pursuing, which I believe is true and correct, in that everybody, 8 billion humans that are alive now have the ability to do. We all have the ability to do this. It's called remote viewing. Now, there are three words that correlate with this idea. Remote viewing is sort of a psychic ability, and there's influence involved in it too. Now, we all have the ability to influence in our lives, like the education system, teaching people, talking to people, philosophizing, sharing ideas, and that's how we get along and evolve as human beings. Like an idea of love, the influence of love or hate, for example. Now, remote viewing, in terms of a sort of psychic ability, it's being done in Antarctica where they can do it from far distances and influence thoughts or ideas or actions from far away, thousands of kilometers away, from a person to a person, or if you want to get a bit conspiracy theories thereabouts, in this theory of mine, you can say they're mind control mechanisms that can control people's decisions in business or life or whatever. But I believe we all have the ability to change the world. It's just a matter of application, applying oneself with this ability which I believe we all have of remote viewing or psychic sort of abilities and influence over others, which the influence in this remote viewing theory is like having the ability and power to change the world, hopefully for a good way. Power over others to coerce or get other people to decide to go along with, say, for example, a political party, or getting them to vote for you or whatever in politics, or making a business deal, convincing others. Now, this is all pretty flat baseline theory of what humans can do, influence over others. We can talk to people, and our actions can speak as well. We can talk to people about, say, in a business room, convincing others to pursue an investment, or whether to go yay or nay in a Congress court hearing or whatever, yay or nay, or vote yes or no to something and do it the right way or do it the wrong way, and or a good and a bad sort of way. There's different ideas and everybody's different. People can have different decisions from their set of beliefs. But I believe that humanity and the human race has evolved. We've sort of been, we evolved from the apes or whatever, like say 200,000 years ago, and we stepped onto the plains of Africa according to Darwinism. We removed ourselves from the trees. We evolved into Homo sapiens, and from 200,000 years ago till now, we've sort of been stagnant or still. The idea of being stagnant or still as a human race, we haven't really evolved, have we? Like, we may have made lots of technology and evolved that way, but our bodies and brains have never really evolved much since the apes. So I believe that according to Darwinism and evolutionary theory and natural selection, we all have the ability to evolve in the terms of going towards the future of the 21st century and onwards, forwards. I believe that some of us are evolving and some of us are not evolving. It's according to sometimes luck, being lucky, or one could say, one could argue the point that some are lucky and some are not, or one could argue another point that some people are evolving because they have the right sort of mindset or beliefs or intelligence, greater intelligence than others, or greater physical strength. So I believe that according to Darwinism, like that's the basic baseline theory of natural selection. Only some get to evolve and some others don't get to evolve. That's how we arrived as humans now for thousands of years of humanity. So like some animals, like the chimpanzees are still chimpanzees, aren't they? And the tigers are still tigers running around as animals. They haven't really evolved much. But we as humans have that ability, special ability, and we've been lucky maybe. And some have struggled for thousands of years for our ancestors to evolve this way. According to natural selection and Darwinism, that theory is pretty baseline and true in my belief. You know, some of us get to evolve as whether we're animals or humans. Some of us get to evolve and some don't. So I believe that we're evolving towards the future now. Some of us may have psychic abilities and spiritual abilities. Now this is pretty all kosher within beliefs of faith and religion and spirituality, but in the modern age we rely on technology so much and social media and our mobile phones telling us what to do and where to go, and the advertising telling us what to buy. We're sort of stagnating and being still with evolution. We haven't really explored ourselves and our inner strengths that we can have as opposed to weaknesses. So if you keep doing better every day, for example, we can get better in our business, in our life. we can evolve that way. So in terms of remote viewing, we all have the ability to change the world through our influence and abilities of thought processes. If we think good thoughts, we can change the world in a good way, or in a bad way, vice versa. These are the laws of natural selection. Not the law of attraction. The law of attraction sort of is about, if you think good thoughts, good things will happen. I think good thoughts about meeting someone nice, for example, and I go down the street and I have an experience of meeting someone nice in the future. Now this can be like a sort of psychic telepathy sort of influence on reality, coming from ourselves on reality. These are the sort of ideas around the laws of attraction, but they can correlate with the same sort of things, similar to natural selection. So I believe that we all can change the world in some way or another, and we've got to do it for the better of humanity. Basically, we can't stay on this earth forever. We're all sort of stagnated here, as I said, stagnated and still not evolving for thousands of years. So what's the point? Life has got to have some sort of meaning and purpose, according to what many believe, and rather than just, as opposed to the aimless passage of time, life has got to have a meaning and purpose. And so maybe this is a theory that will become readily available in the future of humanity. Our common evolution towards greater physical or psychological strengths, maybe psychic, maybe stronger people physically, for example. This is not really conspiracy theories. It's kind of like logically explaining it, really, in my belief that I've experienced in my life. Anyone can watch the movies X-Men. Explain that logic and theory to me. People evolve. That's what they do. They get better and better if they choose to. Only if they choose to get better, they'll get better. So like X-Men, they have psychic abilities like Professor Xavier X. Hugh Jackman has a physical strength ability. So according to that theory, but not to the extreme of the fantasy Hollywood narrative, maybe not that, but one day in the future, in 100 years, in 200 years, we might be a bit better than what we are. It's like evolution, natural selection. And I believe that not all men or women are born equal. So this correlates to the theory of natural selection. If not all men or women are born equal, then some of us evolve and some of us get left behind, unfortunately. These are just the laws of nature. I mean, look around in a forest. The laws of nature, everything's trying to survive and breed and eat each other and evolve that way. It's a pretty harsh environment, planet Earth, sometimes, even in down the street. One could live in a dangerous neighborhood, or one could choose to move out and get a job. For example, that's a baseline evolutionary process and choice of people. I know we don't have a lot of choices sometimes about evolving. Like, we can't control the narrative of the day of the mainstream media or the military-industrial complex. Many of us can't control these forces of evil or bad things happening in the world, like politicians, what they choose to do for the people, but I guess that's the faulty sort of ideas of democracy. It doesn't work for everybody. It's the majority and the majority, and there's always going to be a minority of people that don't have a choice. But these are just the laws of nature, so if we all accept them and we'll try to do better. So basically, we're coming to an age in the 21st century, moving out of the information age. We can all look on the internet and Google everything, and infinite information is available to us in the information age now in the 21st century. And we use technology to do this. But basically what I'm saying is we're coming to an age in the 21st century of humanity on planet Earth. We're moving towards a sort of polarized, judgmental sort of age where there's good and evil and clear lines in the sand being drawn between good and evil, like capitalism against communism and Jews against Muslims, left-wing people against right-wing people in politics. So it's a very polarized world, and everybody has their opinions about judging things and everything. But anyway, that's just reality in life. I could be stating the obvious. So anyway, thank you for viewing these videos of Chris John, my YouTube channel. I've only got 30 views, but thank you, people. And maybe subscribe to my channel if you like my sort of train of thought and ideas that I'm professing out there to the world and life. Thank you, people. God bless. Bye.